Be honest, who wore the black trench coat better? Neo from The Matrix or Selene from Underworld? It's day 149 of 365. Today's movie, Underworld Awakening. My movie club doesn't exist in the Underworld. It's open and available to anybody. For $5 a month, you get access to these daily reviews a day early, as well as monthly exclusive vodcast, my whole book, and more. This one's directed by Mans Marland and Bjorn Stein and stars Kate Beckinsale, Theo James, and Charles Dance. And it's time to talk about the black leather-wearing vampire craze of the 2010s. Resident Evil needed some competition, and so this ultra-violent vampire versus werewolf series was born. And it's a very particular flavor. If you hate these movies, I get it. Personally, I love big, ultra gory camp, and that's exactly what these movies deliver. Yeah, maybe there's some diminishing returns overall, but they always stay true to the premise and try to crank things up that much more with each movie, so I never complain. I went to see this one originally after binging the first three and just loving them. I mean, what's not to love here? Tight black leather, super gory, gothy vampires, everyone's hot. This is just exactly my bag. This is technically the third movie if you're doing a trilogy based off the first one. So it goes Underworld, Underworld Evolution, and then they did a prequel with Rise of the Lycans. This is the follow-up to Rise of the Lycans, but chronologically the third movie since the first one. So this is kind of finishing a trilogy after getting our own Phantom Menace of vampire movies. It's not quite as confusing as the Fast and Furious series, but I understand if you're a little confused overall and like, why are we 4 movies in, but the last one we rewound and now we're coming back and this one ends on a cliffhanger that goes straight into the 5th one. I get it. There's just, these movies are meant to kind of just be watched back to back to back on a Saturday high with your friends. Revisiting this in 2025, I'll admit they're a little plotless. There's not a lot of story on the bones here, but what they lack in plot and story, they make up for with just actual coolness. Like, they're really gunning to make something here. And the way that they've cranked everything up to 10 with the gore, with the action, with the violence, with the guns, everything is just cranking on all cylinders. And so I enjoy it for that. If this had an excellent story, this would be a hard movie to top, in my opinion. The gore is killer, the monster design rocks. The choreography for the fight scenes is actually really excellent. So let's jump into the 3 things that I love about Underworld. The first thing that I love about this movie, I say excitedly, is the gore. This is probably the goriest one of the series so far. They are absolutely trying to top themselves when it comes to over-the-top gore, and it works so well here. Some of it's practical, some of it's CGI. You're gonna get a split bag when you're making movies at this time, but I think the way they juggle that in retrospect is pretty good. Like, it could have looked worse, and there could be better versions. I see both arguments, but pushing the bar to this level is what I really dig. I love a bloody movie if the topic matter is blood-sucking vampires and werewolves that can slash you to bloody pieces. Yeah, crank that red, get everything crimson and dripping, blow people's faces off. The finale where our giant mega werewolf, our alpha, he gets blown to smithereens, and it's awesome. It's just the goriest, blood-soaked explosion possible, and I love that shit. I don't have anything else cinematic to say about it. I just love that it's really bloody. The second thing that I love about these movies is the pitch. Werewolves versus vampires is just a perfect idea for a campy, gory horror series, and it shows up not only well, but in this one, it's going to push it even further. The monster designs are fantastic. This is some of the best designs that we have in the genre. Yeah, I know it's no Werewolf in Paris. I know it's no Robert Eggers' Nosferatu vampires, but what we do get makes sense in its world, and the designs are fantastic. I had forgotten even how much CGI was used to perform the wolves, and they still look great. Like, this is a really cool look and design overall for something that could have aged super, super poorly. If you've never checked these movies out, at least check out the first one to understand what I'm talking about. But even if you jumped in here at Awakening, you would have a really goofy, fun Resident Evil style time with this excellent, excellent monster design. The third and final thing that I love about Underworld Awakening is the choreography of the action. It's kind of crazy, Physics is not on the table here. If you want things to be physically possible, why the fuck are you watching a vampire movie? Instead, we get really, really well-constructed action sequences. Scene geography is something that's really, really difficult to get right in an action sequence if everything else has kind of gone awry. But these movies track the moves along so that you always know where a character is, especially Selene, who's the most agile and acrobatic of the crew. Something that really surprised me by the time I got to the third act in the parking garage of the building they're trying to escape is how easy it is to track the scene geography. We know that Selene is over on the side of the building when she runs into the hallway. We know that her daughter's further up underneath the car getting attacked by the old werewolf. We know that Theo James is one level down doing his attack. So everything's tiered off really well. But then the shot-to-shot construction, the actual editing and piecing together of the action is what really blows me away. She'll do a jump and a slide and a turn, and we get 3 shots showing that. And it's fluid, it's not choppy, it's not ugly. Yeah, it defies physics, but again, she's a magical vampire. Defying physics is okay here, right? But what do you think? Are you a fan of the Underworld series, or did you not make it 4 movies into it? I'd understand if that was the case. Our next movie is a 90s flavored action thriller, Man on a Ledge. And as always, I'll see you tomorrow.